Good afternoon and welcome to Weekends Miami Beach. It's Chef Bernie Matz from the beautiful Indian Creek Waterway here at Cafe Bernie in mid-Miami Beach. Diego Caiola, my co-host.
Another day in paradise,
week.
brother.
Dude, it's gotten so nice that we finally moved outside. We've been inside all summer.
Yeah.
Now the weather's gotten beautiful. We're back outside. Today we've got the dynamic duo of Larry Schaefer and Sharon Weiss.
Yes. Welcome to the show, guys.
Welcome. These guys are political activists, locals here in Miami Beach. They're also, I consider them political pundits.
Yeah, I follow them. First time I meet them, so it's pretty exciting.
But you know,
it's like local celebrities.
We're going to introduce them. Everybody knows them, but they don't really know who they are. Right?
Likewise, same here.
So that's why Larry and Sharon are here. They are also the masterminds behind the activist group called Poop.
Yep.
Yeah.
The Poopy couple.
The Poop stands for?
People Opposed to Ocean Pollution.
That's right. People opposed to ocean pollution. And who isn't with poop, right? Like, who's for ocean pollution? Of course not, right? We're all with poop. We're trying to bring a little bit of awareness to poop because it's our biggest. It should be our biggest issue.
Yeah,
so,
every time they bring it up or put it in front of people's face, kind of gets pushed aside, right? Don't you guys feel that way?
It gets flushed. The situation just gets flushed.
It just gets flushed. No,
we're gonna have a lot of poopy jokes, I think, in this show today.
I can see that already, guys. Let me just take care of a little bit of business here. Our sponsor today is La Grande Blue.
Good stuff.
Yeah, delicious. You've
really
been drinking
good.
it, right? I'm gonna pour some out for us.
Yep.
This is from the Mediterranean down in the southern part of France down there. It's a little blend.
Thank you.
Great.
I think it's, it's warm down there, Diego, in the southern part of France, kind of like here. So this is like fruity, delicious, right? Refreshing. You want to try it a little
really
bit?
nice.
Do you have one, Diego?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
Oh, I'll have that glass there. Now, of course, this is by French winemaker Gerard Bertrand.
That sounds French.
Right?
Oh, he got it.
I said it in French.
Oh, yeah, that's
why it
French?
sounded-
I have no idea.
French. Yes. All right, I'm going to have some guys. Cheers. Thank
Cheers.
you for joining
How do you
us.
Thanks for coming on the show.
How do you say cheers in French?
Thank
How do you say cheers in
French? Anybody?
Come on, wine people over there.
You know, guys, you wouldn't tell by looking at
smooth.
him. I mean, when you look
Drinking
at
in
Diego, you see toxic masculinity, but he is really a sucker for a beautiful love story, and I think that's what we have here today. We've got
I
a real
heard
love story.
we got a love story coming on.
Yeah, these guys are both from Jersey. Are you guys like
Jersey in the
Bruce
house.
Springsteen fans? Like that kind of Jersey?
No.
No.
Bon Jovi.
Bon Jovi.
Bon
Yes,
Jovi fans.
Bon Jovi. There we go.
Living Square.
Yeah, they go on tour next year, huh? They got a couple
They're
of shows
back.
coming.
Bon Jovi is back. All right, so these guys both ended up in Rutgers. Obviously, Larry graduated many, many years before Sharon.
Obviously 10 years old.
Was there a crossover?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did have a little bit of a crossover. She was just coming, and I think he was going. Anyways, corporate life. These guys went on to get MBAs, and they worked for real companies. And somehow they both ended up in beautiful Miami Beach.
Shocker, people from New York coming over here.
They were both, or New Jersey, right?
If I say you're New Yorker, is it weird? Is it offensive? What is it?
Northern New Jersey are New Yorkers, and Southern New Jersey are Philly people.
Yeah.
And you guys
People
are
in the South, we're from the North.
okay. So you're New
So
York.
we consider all those farmers from the South to be a little uncivilized because they follow the Eagles.
Yeah.
Okay,
All right,
Philly.
Diego. The people from North Jersey call themselves New Yorkers, but people from New York, no.
Don't call themselves
Doesn't
from
go that
Jersey,
way.
no.
No.
We're bridge and tunnel.
They're bridge and tunnel. Fast forward 2004, they kind of hook up or meet up for the first time, really, at a leadership conference here in Miami, right? Where was it? Where was the leadership conference?
It was run by the Miami-Dade Chamber of Commerce, and I think we met at was it a museum? Mixer?
An icebreaker.
I love that.
At Science Museum, I think.
Science Museum.
Yeah, the
both
Philip the
drinking
Frost
Johnny Walker
Science
Black.
Museum,
Yeah.
maybe. Yeah.
And you were both living here already, or you
Yes,
were both already living
here.
here?
I moved here
Okay.
in '98.
Okay.
And Larry moved
So
here in
who made the
2000.
move? Who made the move?
Oh, Larry made the move.
Larry made the
Yeah.
move. Nice.
Yeah, he definitely made the move.
Larry had, what were you drinking, Larry? He remembers what he was drinking.
Johnny Walker
He was
Black.
drinking Johnny Walker Black, which is what we all drink here in Miami, by the way.
To speak to women, yeah.
Right? And,
It's the courage. It gives us that courage.
That she was drinking it. I was like, that's an immediate.
Nice.
icebreaker.
Yeah, that's
Oh my
it.
God, it was love at first sight. Obviously, they both went to Rutgers. They both grew up near each other, and I'd say it's happily ever after. These two, yeah, from the corporate world, they got into real estate early on. Diego,
Smart.
yeah, bought in emerging areas in Miami.
Smart.
Bought quite a few homes, right? You guys own some homes, and you're their landlord, right? You rent
That's
them out, and you
correct.
collect.
We have a portfolio of affordable houses right near the design district in Wynwood.
Oh,
And
wow.
we started buying before Wynwood was there. Wynwood was a bunch of shoe warehouses.
Yes.
Midtown Miami was a railroad yard.
Yeah, large
And
clothing and
yeah,
all
exactly.
that, yeah,
The design
bundles.
district
Wow.
was a place where they had to give out wine to get you to go there.
Oh, run
Back
down.
in the day, this neighborhood that he's talking about was, like really seedy prostitutes and cheap hotels there on the Biscayne corridor. And now we're talking about some of the primo real estate in Miami. And
Craig
it's always
Robbins,
been.
man. He came from DACRA from South Beach and bought everything up,
Blew
and
it
now
up.
it's complete luxury. I mean,
Yeah.
it's,
And I think that they took a lot of the retailers from Miami Beach.
Oh, yeah.
I think a little bit like
Yeah.
the number of high-end retailers they have over there. And
Now, for anybody who hasn't been to the Design District, they're just major Vegas-style flagship stores.
Over
there.
the top.
Over the top.
Yeah.
Great investment. Good for you guys. And obviously, it's allotted you guys the time to, get into politics, be activists, and get into this type of thing that you've gotten into right now. So, Rich, we buy a house in Miami Beach. You guys
North
moved to
Beach.
Miami Beach.
In North Beach.
They moved to Beach. You know what? What I thought was really cool, Diego, is that everybody here is talking preservation, and they're all preservationists, but these guys are actually doing it.
Yeah.
They bought an old Art Deco home. You guys are
1940.
fixing it up.
Oh, cool.
1940 up there,
It's
right?
in the streamlined modern style. It's
So true Art
beautiful.
Deco.
Yep, it's beautiful. It was designed by, if I'm not mistaken, the guy who designed the Bass Museum.
Russell Pancake.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Bass Museum and also the Fillmore, which the Jackie Gleason.
You go down to South Beach and you see some of these beautiful old Deco buildings. Still kind of
Seedy.
like I'm not putting any money into it. I've owned this for And how is that good for the entire area? It's not. When you drive by South Beach and you're thinking everything's beautiful, and then you go by and you go, this is still kind of seedy. No, but you could be mandated to keep them beautiful because they are our postcard.
Yeah,
Visitors
the
are coming
facade,
here
yeah.
and they're looking at your buildings and they're going home and saying, it was amazing, or I don't know, it was kind of seedy. I mean, your expectation of South Beach at this point is really an international city, certainly the most international city we've got in this state of Florida.
Yes.
And we should be held to a higher standard. So thank you guys for doing that. We're moving on to the
Everyone's
poop,
favorite
Diego.
topic.
Yeah,
Straight up
everyone's,
pooping.
and it should be. I'm a little disappointed. We just went through a major election here in Miami Beach. And quite frankly, I heard nothing about poop.
Nothing.
Even in the campaigns, I heard no poop. Okay,
Nothing.
Diego, this is our biggest existential issue Miami Beach is facing right now.
Yeah.
All right, Larry's going to describe it to you, and it's you're going to sit here and cringe like you're watching a damn Stephen King movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look at-
Let's start. Let's talk about just the most egregious situations, and then let's try and talk about some possible solutions. Go ahead. Tell us what
Well,
the
I could
real
just-
situation
I just
is.
start out with probably something that's most recent in that we actually had a significant pipe break in North Beach, in North Shore, at Biscayne Elementary, at an elementary school. So we had flooding of feces, thousands of gallons of fresh.
Millions.
And there was a
Sounds like a lot of shit.
It's a lot of shit. There was a debate between the government saying, it wasn't so big. The activists saying, whoa, I was there.
Yeah.
It was a lot.
I saw it.
And
Yeah.
I saw
Now,
it, I was there.
This is
So-
a pipe that burst.
That's correct.
Right? All right, Diego, let me lay down a little bit of framework here so everybody's on the same page here. There's three major components of this water situation, and we're not going to get into it, but a long time ago, the city of Miami Beach got into the water business. As opposed to allowing the county or the state to deal with it, the city of Miami Beach got in the water business, and that's why the water bill in Miami Beach is 2 times what it is over there across the bay.
That's correct.
I don't know how to explain it, but that's what it is. I'm not saying anything. Okay? Now, here's the thing. We've got stormwater that comes onto the island when it rains or when we get a high tide. We got to get the stormwater out.
Yep.
What they figured out was we got a bunch of pumps all over the island, and we're just going to quickly pump the water out. By the way, it works pretty good, right? Because I remember those floods used to be horrible, and now, I mean, in an hour, it's pretty much the streets are clear,
It's
right?
better.
Like the pumps work.
It's effective up in North Shore where we are.
Okay,
We don't-
so,
we-
and I can
they're
tell you
working.
down here, especially over there in Sunset Harbor, where
Yeah.
the old mayor made sure that they worked really good. It works like great, sucks the water right out, and boom, that you're
are
good
dry.
to go.
Yep.
Now, the problem here is that, imagine all of the dirt and all of the pollution and all the shit that's on the street and on everything that it rains on all gets pumped out. There is no real like filtration or cleansing process.
there's no
when you're
filters in
just
those
dumping it out,
pipes?
right?
I've heard that they're looking to install technology where the water meets the bay. But the bigger issue I find with the stormwater system is that in an area like Parkview Island, you have a canal that's absurdly polluted and has been
Yeah.
for 5 to 6 years. When you have a high tide or a king tide, the water, the polluted water from the canal goes in the storm drain and ends up on the street.
Oh,
And that
wow.
was documented by the
Yeah.
University of Miami Phase 2 report that we paid for. So we
It's
can't
like-
get rid of the feces. The
it's like-
feces ends up in the bay and it comes back to haunt us through the stormwater system.
God.
There
And
you
that
go.
may be happening in South Beach as well, because on West Avenue, the pump station there almost continuously tests poorly as having, so right where you have waterfront pump stations, the water in the body of water is most likely polluted. When the water level
Yeah.
rises, it gets distributed back underneath us. We can't we're trying to get
Can't-
away
can't
from it.
escape it.
It comes back.
It's like the
boomerang.
movie The Blob. Did you ever see that?
Yeah.
Where like that stuff comes out of the drains and
Yeah.
it's like sucking
But there's no
each other.
filter system. I
It's
mean,
not-
our
there's no
faucets have
filter
filter
system.
system. They
No.
can't put a filter system.
Yeah.
in?
No, they
And-
don't.
Wow.
All right, number two is, all right, so that's number one. The water that falls in, you got to pump it out. Number two is just basically the drain water that comes out that you shower in, that you wash your dishes in, and that you poop in. Okay?
Yes.
All that water is this crazy, intricate veins of pipes all underneath the city that all leads out south, down through Government Cut, past Fisher Island,
Yep.
over to Virginia Key.
Wow.
Okay?
Okay.
Now, imagine, on top of that, the city of Miami Beach thought it'd be a good idea, maybe they can make some money, if they took Surfside's shitty water and who else? Bay Harbor.
So all municipalities going up to the Hall over cut. So you look at Surfside,
Yeah.
you look
Harbor.
at Bell Harbor, you're looking Bay Harbor Islands, and now
Right.
Indian Creek. So Jeff Bezos' poop,
There
Tom
you
Brady's
go. So
poop,
now we're getting Bezos poop.
Ivanka's poops are
We got
are-
Amazon poop
We
on
got
it.
him, and you know he
Love it.
delivers. So you've got all that poop running through the streets, and those other municipalities are handing out deals to build high rises that we're not necessarily approving.
We're not privy to.
We're not approving Bell Harbor's new high rises. We're not
right.
approving.
Yeah.
that.
So
Yes.
all
But
those all those new high rises in Surfside, all the
It's
way up
more
to Bay
toilets.
Harbor, all the way
More
up
toilets.
there. All that's coming through.
Right.
Guess where? Underneath Miami Beach, going that way. All right.
Yep.
So then, what happens? Obviously, this is way overtaxed, old burden. It's just kind of like an old
just
out of
old
shape
pipes
guy
that need-
whose the
need to be
veins are all
changed,
clogged
yeah.
up.
Old
They're
pipes.
leaking. They're all this type of situation. The third is fresh water coming in.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the three situations. The fresh water coming in is fine, right? We got plenty of
Ours
fresh
is-
water coming in.
The fresh water coming in, I think, is of high quality. But
Okay.
the pipes and pumps that distribute it, when they were doing work in South Beach, someone told me from the city that they actually dug up a pipe that was in use that was made of wood. It was original.
The
from
water coming in?
100 years ago.
100
The water that
years
we're
ago.
drinking?
That's
God.
drinking water.
What we want to try and do, guys, is paint a picture of the solutions, right? I don't know if you guys have seen recently, but they're doing a major construction on the Venetian.
Yep.
Now they got like these pipes that look like they're going to last for the next millennium. They're made out of this really thick,
like a
what looks
flexible
like-
rubber-looking
Yeah,
thing
it
that
looks like
comes
a,
on a reel.
like a hard pressed rubber that looks like it's going to go through.
That's the new stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's-
so.
Yep.
That's the new
I
stuff.
guess
That's the
they've
new
done
stuff.
they've done away with the wood. With the wood pipes and with the worse than that, I imagine the cast iron pipes that were just
The
Fuck.
well,
rust
there's still-
from outside and in.
Yes, that's right. There's still cast
Ay
iron pipes in
vey.
the ground, and it's still releasing rust. And in our own home, we've changed the filter on our water filter. It comes out solid
Yeah.
rust. It turns completely solid in 1 month. So I would suggest anyone who can
Yeah.
install a whole house water
Yeah.
filter. Their Culligan makes them. They're less than $100, and it's a fairly easy.
My question is, how are they still building? How is that still happening?
Greed.
Why is there not a
Money.
100% moratorium on all building of anything?
It's gonna get
for the
worse.
all I'm seeing is more poop, more buildings.
More people are coming. I think, well, should happen, I believe, is that we need to document the existing system as it is and be honest with ourselves. If we have 100-year-old components, we need to know about that. Document the complete system, and then prioritize the replacement of the parts that are most at risk, and not prioritize that based on the wealth of the people that live there, and based on the need of the system itself.
Yep.
See what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, I don't think that. I mean,
100%.
the water is for us
It
all to share.
circulates, yep.
It circulates around the island. So whether you're on
Jeff
Indian
Bezos
Creek or you're over here in North Beach, same water, same poop. So that I don't think that has anything to do with it.
There's another thing that's a positive thing if you want to see like a light at the end of the tunnel.
Yes.
In the past, some forward-thinking legislators at the state level put together what's called the OOL, or Ocean Outfall Legislation, which requires the closure of all ocean outfalls by December 31st of this year.
Right.
All that poopy water that's going underneath Government Cut, past Fisher Island, over there to Virginia Key, which is where we used to go swimming when I was a kid. Basically, they just kind of filter out the solids. Okay.
How far does it go out? 4 miles
It goes
out?
out 4 miles. But all they're doing is filtering out the solids, okay? So they're filtering out the poop, and the rest goes out 4 miles. So
Which
now,
4 miles is not much.
it's not that much. So
really
they
is
said,
not.
It's not.
so as of December 31st, that's it. No mas. You're not allowed to do that anymore. So guess what the geniuses have come up with? Now they're going to take that dirty, poopy water and like inject it into
the earth
Into the
through
earth.
injection wells.
How's that going to work? How's that going to work for us?
Well, I don't know how injection wells work on top of landfill. I don't know if the water once injected into the earth, I think it's approximately 3,000 feet into the earth, whether it's built properly to disperse, and if we're not going to be tapping into
Or
one
if
of the
it's gonna
aquifers.
smell.
Or if it's going to show up in the water a mile away. If it's going to start
Yeah.
bubbling
The
up in
prob-
another part of the bay. Now, I'm not a scientist or public works engineer. I just happen to question the idea of putting 150 million gallons underneath you and hoping
per
it's
day.
not going to pop out.
Diego, this gets really complicated. That dirty, poopy water goes out. It meets up with the seaweed out there. It creates a real problem coming back in. What I want to get to, guys, is I heard something positive. We're looking at new technology to put on the pumps, okay, so that we clean the water when we take it out of the city into the bay, back into the ocean.
That's
What
our
else
storm.
is the solution here? It sounds to me like open heart surgery. I mean, are we going to have to dig up all these streets and replace all these pipes one by one?
Yes.
It's like quadruple bypass, right?
Well, yes, and the reason why the new system, the new technology is looks like it's rolled out,
Yeah.
is that every union in a plumbing system, every time you join pipes together, is an opportunity for leakage. And these new systems get rolled out and don't have unions. They don't have
Right.
couplings.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing, putting in the new system, and it should last a very long time.
Yeah.
But the iron that we have in the ground, or if it's clay, sometimes they're even made of clay. These are solid substances that have unions, and that's what's really where the leaks are. And they're being set in sand, and sand moves. We have tidal bodies of water,
Yep.
subject to tides on the beach and in the bay. Both go up and down, and sand is in the middle. How can you not?
It's going to crack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Diego, at the end of the day, this is a Jaws type situation. You remember Jaws 1?
Yeah.
There was sharks in the water, and the mayor and the commissioners of the city didn't want it to get out, didn't want it to go into the papers because they didn't want it to affect their tourist season. At the end of September, when it's nice and hot out, the poop was so bad right here on 53rd Street. Do not swim out there. You're going to get some kind
Every
of infection.
disease out there, yeah.
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 So this is right here, man. This is
Yeah.
on our
Yeah.
Across the
backyard,
street.
and you're not
Absolutely.
across the street. You weren't supposed to swim. Now,
yep.
it seems to me like this is the worst thing that could possibly happen to our economy, our city, everything that we believe in. Besides the fact that you can't go swimming in your own backyard, who the hell's going to want to come here?
No,
I don't think they want to acknowledge the problem. So I
Like
don't
you
think-
guys haven't even done the MRI yet, right? We haven't even really dug in. Like you said, we need to do an accounting of the pipes.
Yeah, what's
which
here?
ones are good? Which ones are
Yeah.
old? Which ones need to be replaced first?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if I build a 50-story apartment building that has 400 units, sounds to me like I should be paying quite a few $1 million in impact fees.
Yeah.
And then 400 units is going to bring most likely 400 cars.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
It's
Easily.
because
Well,
our public
horrible.
transportation system isn't good.
Oh, it's well, you're.
Issue sounds to me like the government has to decide that somebody has to cut the check. We don't know where the money's coming from. These guys, Diego, are both political pundits. Okay. And normally at this juncture in the podcast, we ask our guests, like, what's their favorite restaurants and all that stuff. But today we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to ask them. We just had an election here this week, here in the city of Miami Beach. What I'd like to do is maybe let's talk about the government, which is the new government now. We don't know one commission seat, which is going to be a runoff coming up in Group 1, but we know the rest of it. What's the grade, 1 to 10, on each one of the commissioners and the mayor? The poopy grade. Let's hear a poopy grade. Go ahead.
We are on the spot here.
Wow.
Yes, you are.
Huge.
Come on.
On this
Let's go start with the mayor. How's he grade on poop?
I'll take that one. I don't think that it's one of his top priorities.
Okay.
And that doesn't mean that he can change his mind and make it a top priority. But so in the past, I think he's focused on law enforcement. That's very clear. That's his brand. And I think he's focused quite a bit on Israel and making Miami Beach a very welcoming place for the Israeli folks, including giving them economic incentives and having religious districts that have enhanced rights for development and so on. So if I would say Mr. Minor's got those two top priorities, if he could add a third one that was water, he'd get a better score from us. It's just not on his radar from what we know.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's got a bad grade. Let's go down the commission real quick. Anybody good? Anybody good? Let's go down.
Alex
you want me to call
Fernandez.
it out? Alex Fernandez.
Alex.
He's
Alex
good.
Fernandez
our
gets
friend,
a
yeah.
good grade.
He consistently makes it a priority in the land use committee that he chairs. It's clear that his passion, it comes out when he gets upset at not having enough progress from the employees.
Yep.
He strives to understand the problem and come up with solutions.
All right.
And so
Let's
he
keep
gets a
going.
good
David
grade.
Suarez. Well, how's his
He
grade?
gets I think he's a good water guy.
Yeah, he is.
gets
He
a-
likes,
Suarez,
he likes
good
the
water guy.
waterways.
Yeah.
Diego, I
Absolutely.
feel like these guys aren't actually telling us a number, but I'm going to say good means 8 or 9.
1 to 10 is too much put on the spot. I'm
Right,
gonna say,
it's too- okay.
You know,
all
it-
right. So thumbs up, Alex Fernandez. Thumbs up, David Suarez. Joe Magazine. Thumbs up or down? How about that?
Magazine.
I
Up
think
or
he
down?
cares. I think he cares about the water quite a bit. I think Joe wants to have clean water for all. I think Alex puts in more time, but Joe's the chair of the Finance and Economic Resiliency Committee, and if he had items in front of him that were related to the water, I think he'd hear them,
Yep.
and I think he'd advance them. So I wouldn't give a bad grade to
Amazing.
Joe.
We're giving Joe Magazine a thumbs up. Who's next? Tanya.
Tanya has done a lot for North Beach, and Tanya fully understands the problem of the Parkview Canal because she used to live on it
Yeah.
in a townhouse. And she has not gotten in the way of any advances. In fact, she's included things, I think part of the proceeds for the entitlements that were granted to the Deauville folks, that was the inclusion of some money for an infrastructure study, which is kind of what I've been talking about of wanting to do an inventory of all the pipes. So
So you
Tanya,
got to do that first. You got to do
yeah,
the
you have to
diagnostic
find out
first.
exactly. You always want to do an
All
assessment.
right.
of what
How
you-
much is that going to cost us, Larry?
The infrastructure assessment, I
Yeah.
think, is on the order of just documenting what is and where our problems are. Is probably between 300 to 500,000, if I recall the numbers correctly.
Oh.
But that's paperwork.
That's like nothing.
Oh, that's just
the-
It's like pocket change.
investigating.
Okay, so
That drops out of Elon Musk's pocket.
But that's
by
no
mistake.
job. That's like investigating.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah, well,
so it's
yeah.
not that much money. We got to get
to
that
figure
done.
out what the, yeah.
All right,
yeah.
who's left? Who else was in the commission that
Your
I
ex.
forgot? Kristen
Laura.
Rosen Gonzalez is no longer. And
Was she
we-
helpful?
Kristen was excellent.
Sorry?
Yes.
Laura Dominguez.
Yeah,
Laura Dominguez.
We're talking about Kristen.
Kristen was excellent.
There you go.
Kristen sponsored the water testing lab at 7605 Collins, and she also really had to work hard to get the city to agree
Yeah.
to have an email alert system for water quality. So you can sign. They don't have it done yet. You could sign up and say, "I live near 53rd Street Beach. Whenever that's polluted, text me."
Oh, I love that.
Isn't
Of
that a good
course.
thing that Kristen
Yeah, she's
had to
always
really push
helpful.
for that? So even though she didn't win, she did good
All right,
things
I'm
for
going to
Miami
give Kristen
Beach.
a thumbs up on that one because that's brilliant. And by the way, that's the least the city should do, right,
Yeah,
Diego? If you live
absolutely.
here
Information.
and there's poop in your backyard,
People
at
gotta
least
know.
they should tell you.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's right.
Yep. Okay. All right, guys. So what you guys have done is, which I think is brilliant, you guys have like poop outfits and poop signs and stuff. You
They
guys
brought
show
the hat.
up.
They brought the jacket.
They
you
show
wanna
up
see
at
it?
commission. Yep. We got some
There's
poop.
the
wanna
hat.
bring the
You want me to bring
jacket?
the?
Boy, you look kind of cute in that poop hat. Right?
Her husband's right next to you.
I know.
Seriously,
Saying.
when she,
We've got a poop
I know,
jacket.
do you want
Yeah.
to try that? Do you want to try
anybody's-
that one?
Here, the poop jacket.
If anybody's seen
Actually,
these
what
guys
size?
out at
Oh, there you
events, they have a big giant poop costumes. You guys were out there for Halloween.
Oh, we
We've
have-
shown
we have
up at commission meetings. You
five
guys show
Yeah, you guys are at Lincoln Road. I saw.
5
Yeah.
inflated poops.
So if somebody wants to volunteer in an inflatable poop,
We
can-
have
can
5
they-
costumes. I
Yeah.
am the only consistent
Frequent pooper.
frequent pooper.
Yeah.
Anyone can come. It's a lot of
You
fun.
can find these guys on social media. Message
it's
them if
fun.
you want to come and protest. We should all, I mean, it should be number one on our mind. Okay, so we are going to continue to do this, right, guys, until what happens?
Well, I mean,
When are
it's-
we gonna
it's-
cut this out?
you
When
know,
is the ceasefire?
This project is over when the water's clean. It's very simple. The success criteria are very
Yeah,
simple.
very easy.
It's like,
Do you
is
have
it
clean
polluted
water?
or not? Does it have less than a count of 70 enterococcus? Yeah, so surf riders are great. And we're hoping the water testing lab gets started very soon. It's taken Eric Carpenter, the city manager, and his administration a year to even just process paperwork. He's overdue on delivering this water testing.
And there's
lab.
$1 billion coming in every year.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
and we even have the space. It's the former Betsy Perez.
You know,
residence.
somebody's got to light a fire under his ass, and I don't know why the commissioners aren't doing that. But as long as we keep, coming out and complaining about this, hopefully we'll get them to do something. All right, Diego and I do not vote in the city of Miami Beach.
Yep.
That's number one.
Yep.
Tuesday night we had an election. Give us your analysis on group number one. By the way,
Well,
these
Monica
guys
and
know-
Monique are one, right? They're
Yeah,
going
but
out.
these guys are political pundits. They've been involved in a lot of campaigns
Been
over the
watching
last
elections
years.
for more than a decade.
More than a decade. Although now you guys have a different philosophy. You're kind of out of
Observe
it,
and
right?
comment from
Observe and comment.
No
All right, so now,
recommendations,
Well, you do a lot of
no.
research. You
now
do
we're
research, yeah.
commenting.
Yeah.
All right,
We
group
do-
one, guys. You
Yeah.
know what happened? We had Daniel Serraldo. We had.
I was
the
in shock
outcome
Daniel didn't.
was.
He did well.
And a lot of voters are low information voters. My concern is that you have Monica, you have Monique. They both have 3 names. Monica Pardo
Oh,
Pope.
wow, yes.
Monique Pardo Pope. See, even I'm plugged in, and
See
even
what I'm
I made a
saying? It's
mistake.
easy to
Monique
confuse.
Pardo Pope, Monica Mateo Salinas. They're both women. They both
Black.
kind of have the same look.
Yeah.
They're both blonde, yeah.
they're both blonde. So I'm a little concerned. It's hard enough to get people to come out for the runoff election as
Mm-hmm.
it is. So turnout's going to be especially low. So
Diego, who do you
percentage-
like in this one?
I like Monica because she has experience, right?
Yeah.
I mean, she's been involved. And I like Monique. I know her very well. We actually went to her campaign event. Very smart, good head on her shoulder.
Two good
and,
choices.
And I like Monique
Two
because
good choices.
she
Yeah.
could be very helpful.
All right.
You never know.
Don't mix them up. They spell their first name differently. 2 good choices. This is a non-partisan type situation. We want to keep it that way. Okay. Number 2, we had 2 incumbents that were running. Alex Fernandez, Laura Dominguez, both very, very dear friends of mine.
Yep.
Go ahead, guys. Are we happy they won? Are we not happy?
Alex is an extremely talented, natural talent at being
Okay.
a politician. He works hard, and he won by a margin that surprised me. That
Big.
someone could pick up.
Like
80
saw that, right?
84%.
I
You know,
think
he
that's-
set,
I
he
think
set
that's
a record, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I saw
I
it,
think that's
yeah.
a record for, and we met Luigi. Laura versus Fred. We had also the sign stealing scandal. I don't know all the details
That
about
was
that.
crazy.
But that was crazy right on the eve of the election,
Crazy.
including video evidence. But she
That
beat
is
her
possibly-
opponent quite easily.
I'm going to make a comment on this, Diego. I think it's possibly the stupidest crime of all time. I mean, if you're going to steal signs, why wouldn't you steal them like a month in advance? Why
Right.
Oh,
would
yeah,
you-
but use
What's
someone else's
different?
car or something, right?
Or, yeah, rent a
Come out the
car
vehicle
or
register.
something.
I
yeah.
know.
Yeah.
I didn't know you didn't
You know what I
register.
do,
I don't
Diego?
think the golf cart's not registered.
Diego, what I would do is
Not
I'd
sure, not sure.
steal a car and then I'd go around. That
This
way
is
I
the
don't get
bum
caught,
talking.
right?
I love it. I love
I'm
it.
just
This
kidding.
is
All right. Very stupid crime. I'm sorry. Whatever. It's getting back to David. I heard it was his brother-in-law. All right, let's get on. We had the mayor who had a very strong commissioner run against him, guys.
That was really close.
51
Yeah, it was
to
very close.
49.
It was
How
like
many votes?
less than
500?
less than 400.
Less than
Yeah, it was
400
3
votes.
something. Votes.
That was
All right.
very, very close. And I did want to make a comment about turnout. I believe we've had an exceptional turnout. That we had more people show up to vote than last time.
Yep.
And I also think that we had an embarrassment of riches in terms of choices in Group 1.
Great,
We
great
originally had
choices.
7 choices.
Yeah.
1 dropped out. And we had more than 1 qualified candidate.
Yeah.
And other municipalities and other cities, they don't have 7 different qualified people.
True,
You
true.
might be lucky to get 1 or 2 decent non-corrupt people to run. So we
Yeah.
are a town where people care about the government, are willing to put themselves out there and run for office, and I think they should all be congratulated for risking all of that time and effort
Yeah.
and money. A lot of them self-funded. So
Yep.
I cheer every person who participated.
Absolutely. They
And-
were all young. It was really refreshing. Group 1 was something else. I saw the
Ava,
mid-beach.
28
Yeah.
years old.
The
I think Ava
mid-beach.
drove more people to come out and vote.
Yeah,
And
a lot
she
of
was
young people,
and
yeah.
she really had like a lot of enthusiasm.
For
Yeah.
an off-year election, Diego, we got 15,000 people come
another-
out. That's a
yeah.
big number.
That's
Last
huge.
time it was
Yeah.
13,000 something.
Correct. So,
So-
we got a couple thousand more, which we think Ava brought them out. Maybe.
There's the Ava effect, and
Yeah.
then there's also possibly the in-migration of more voters from other places like New York that have already arrived.
Less people voted for the mayoral race than for the commission race,
was
which
tough.
means that there were certain
know people who
like
wouldn't
people that
choose.
I know
Yes.
that didn't vote for either one.
That's correct.
It's
Yes.
it's tough. I mean, I know a lot of people that didn't vote because they were friends with both of them. You know what I mean?
Or they didn't like both of
They
them.
didn't like
Oh,
either
yeah.
one.
Yeah,
Or
I
they
think-
just didn't want to vote at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was like almost 1,500 people didn't vote
Yeah.
that voted for Alex
Well,
and for Laura.
It was interesting too because
All right.
Alex
That's a
and
big
Laura,
number.
there was a clear winner
Yeah.
in both of those,
That was
like
a-
by
they
a
could have decided
landslide.
if they
And
participated.
in the mayoral race, it
sure.
was so close,
Yeah.
less than 400 votes.
Very, very close. Congratulations to the mayor. I'm. What is coming up? Where is Poop showing up next?
We got, and I saw on social media today that there is a hip hop dance party at the Normandy Fountain, and we are eyeing that
All
4 to 6 p.m.
right.
dance
will be
battle.
there.
To
4 to
see-
6 sounds
there's a,
like
there's a hip hop dance battle on the fountain, and we thought maybe
They put on the
maybe-
poop thing?
Maybe
Yeah,
we
yeah.
could win that. I mean, I don't know. At least get A for effort.
all right.
I mean,
so-
that's just fun. We don't always show up at commission meetings. We go out and we have fun and we show up and we raise awareness.
Yeah.
When you're dancing around in a poop costume, people want to know why.
Yeah.
And when they walk up and talk to us, they usually are surprised at how much knowledge they get out of it because they learn all about
I
the
think it's a
issues.
brilliant campaign, guys. I know that you guys are just concentrating on this after many, many years of activism and
Yeah.
being all over the place. We're concentrating on this because this is our number one issue as a city and as a southern part of the state. So keep it up, whatever we can do. Keep up the poop protests, and I hope we get some turn on it. And whatever we can do to get, to twist the arm of the mayor. Let's start emailing the mayor. I
Cleaning
know
the
that's
water.
easy to find
You're
him.
doing it right now by
Yeah.
raising awareness.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
By
And
having us on the show.
let's get on their butts and let's get somebody to cut a check and let's get this thing going because if we don't, we're all doomed.
Yeah, we
We're
love
all
your
doomed.
passion. Thanks so much
Yeah.
for being on the show.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
thank
Thank you
you,
for everything
guys.
you guys do
Yeah.
for Miami Beach.
All right, guys, just one, because we got you on here. These guys are two legit locals. All right, what's your favorite restaurant up there in North Beach?
With the one that we go to most often.
How about the most
Which one?
romantic one that you guys go to,
Prima
Larry?
pasta.
When you piss her
Prima
off,
pasta.
Prima pasta.
Jerry.
Yeah, although
Yeah.
I have to
Jerry.
give
I
a
like
shout out
Sushi
to
Beachy.
Collins Pizza is also excellent.
Yes,
pizza.
they do a good
They do
pizza
a good
there.
New York style pie.
Really good.
Collins Pizza really good. I heard Sushi Beachy, good friend of ours. I
Yeah.
love that
Good
up there.
sushi.
We love North Beach. Diego grew up from up there, and obviously North Beach is still a little cool. There's not that much cool left.
We
on
got a
South
new
Beach.
venue. Have you heard of this Cafe Amor or the Club Amor?
Where?
Club
It
Amor
is-
sounds
Yeah,
like something
you know-
Diego should know about.
It is on the fountain, and it is a
Where Miami Live was?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes.
where Miami Live
Oh yeah.
was.
Oh, it's a
Yeah.
strip club.
Bring your dollars.
Oh, the
Bring your
strip
dollars.
club. I saw it last
And Bernie
week.
was like,
yeah.
sounds like
All
something
right.
that you
I
should
saw
know
it
about.
last week, but it goes with the whole Miami Live.
Yeah. It's
All right. Join us a little bit later over there at Miami Live, Diego and I.
Bring your dollar
And
bills.
then meanwhile,
Yes.
we're bringing fives though. At this
Yeah,
point.
no
You don't bring
coins, no
dollars
coins.
anymore.
Inflation.
Yeah,
Yes.
inflation. Bring your fives. Anyways, guys, thank you so
Yes.
much for joining
Thank
us.
you
Such a
guys for being on the
pleasure.
show.
Yep.
Cheers.
Great meeting you
Cheers.
guys.
Cheers.
Thank you for everything you guys do, okay?
Keep
Yeah,
on
very much.
pooping.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
keep
Cheers,
up the
guys.
poop.
See you guys
Keep on
next
pooping.
week.